I am Crystal Keys, and welcome to Workplace Keys to Success, a channel that brings you an unfiltered, no-nonsense approach to surviving workplace bullying. Workplace bullying has become increasingly widespread, which has led to job dissatisfaction and, in extreme cases, workplace violence. Research does exist about the effects of workplace bullying, along with suggested causes. However, the world has four generations, in the workforce. The generational workforce and workplace variables of bullying need to be addressed as the phenomenon of bullying continues to grow. Today we want to talk about Gen Z and workplace bullying. Well, before we proceed, I want to remind you to subscribe and like and share your experience below kindly. Share your successful strategies. Let's help others overcome workplace bullying. So for the first time in years, multiple generations are present in the workforce, in the workplace. They include baby boomers, Generation X, millennial, Generation Z. All generations have a significant difference in work ethic, morale, security, and mobility. These differences between generations, which make us unique, have become sources for conflict in some instances. Even one of my short videos that I provided includes an incident of workplace violence between a Gen Z and a Gen X. With so many generations in the workforce, this has created new challenges that have yet to be studied and new dynamics for understanding workplace bullying. There are different responses to workplace bullying from each generation, so we need to take a look at that. There are different resources available out there that underline the different years according to what generation that you're in. But the one that I'm most familiar with includes baby boomers born between 1946 and 1964. This generation benefited from the post-war economic boom and low unemployment rates. Generation X, born between 1965 and 1979, we had trouble entering the labor force as unemployment rates were high due to the baby boomer saturation in the workforce. The millennial, born between 1980 and 1993, entered a market that was overflooded. This generation wants career advancement and tends to make decisions based on work-life balance. Generation Z, born after 1994. This generation is more entrepreneurial and less focused on financial success, according to research. Why is studying workplace bullying and generational dynamics important? Well, most know I'm a doctoral candidate, and my dissertation is determining the relationship between workplace bullying, leader narcissistic tendencies, and organizational culture. Over the past couple of weeks, I have been knee-deep in scrubbing and analyzing data. So hot off the press, the generation that is bullied the most, according to research, is Gen Z. They are bullied at 65% out of 154 participants. A fallacy is that Generation Z and the millennials want the same thing, they operate the same, they work the same. This is not true. There are a lot of fallacies that are out there. So let's discuss what we do know about the Gen Z characteristics according to research. First, there are approximately 60 million members of Gen Z. And while most are still minors at this point, they were expected to make up a fifth of the workforce in 2020. If you are not working with the Gen Z yet, You probably will within your work life. Okay, so Gen Zs, their top motivator for work is the opportunity for advancement. They are the most racially diverse generation, as 72% believe in racial equality. Good for you. Good for you, Generation Z. They prefer face-to-face, in-person communication over instant messaging, video conferencing. However, they do prefer to telecommute and work from home rather than working in the physical workplace. They are more realistic instead of optimistic. They quickly adapt to new technology. They come to work prepared and ready to succeed, according to research. They are more independent and competitive than any other generation. They have higher levels of anxiety and depression than any other generation. Gen Zs have been affected by significant events in the past. So aside from innovative technology, they've encountered 9/11, mortgage crisis, the recession, and now the pandemic. Therefore, according to research, this generation is more pessimistic, anxious, and doubtful. These three factors cause stress. Well, unfortunately, some believe, well, if I didn't have, why should they? If I had to walk 5 miles in the snow, shouldn't they? Well, let's think about it this way. Gen Zs are the future taking place right now. How can we support and acclimate Gen Z employees? Gen Z structured learning has been interrupted by the pandemic. So maybe the other generations, maybe we need to offer more patience and support in the workplace. Organizations need to rethink and redesign initiatives and programs to help ease Gen Z into the workforce. This includes our orientation programs and classes and schedules, our assignments, the work assignments, coaching, mentoring, performance reviews. Organizations need to ensure their leadership and management understand the advantages of strengthening intergenerational relationships, dismissing those negative perceptions of the younger generations. This could weaken the engagement between the generations. As organizations begin to rethink opening their doors, they need to review new transitions and learning opportunities into the culture of flexibility. Stress management programs, they are needed to help employees with mental health challenges. We know significant exposure to stress can impact brain development and, in fact, our mental and social development. Emotional intelligence activities to help develop the foundation for a civil work environment and culture is needed. These are our soft skills, right? So emotional intelligence consisting of self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and the social skills. This is critical, a critical element of effective leadership and employeeship. Emotional intelligence can be taught and learned. That's the good news. All work generations need help with our soft skills. We have an opportunity to help the Gen Z become the next great generation. We would be investing in our future when we invest in them. Well, hopefully the information I've given today will help you better understand and engage our Gen Z. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, our time is up. But let's stay connected. How do we do that? By you subscribing. Subscribing will allow for the provision of new content and notification on a weekly basis. Thank you for tuning in and have a great work week.